Hi, this is Dovid Orlofsky with the Parsha in 5. We're in 5 minutes. We'll try to give you a little insight into the Parsha. And I'm going to do parshas Tisa this week. And I want to go right at the beginning. I know we have a lot of really dramatic stuff in the Parsha. We've spoken about some of it in the past years. But I want to go right at the beginning, where we start off with what is essentially parshas Shekel. And it says that everybody should give a shekel in order to go and build the Beis Hamikdash. And when we talk about it, it uses the word Venasnu. And Venasnu, the Mefarshim point out, is a palindrome. I love that word. Very hard to work it in. A palindrome is a word that can be read forward and backwards. So, for example, mom is a palindrome. The name Bob is a palindrome. Not very interesting. There are much more interesting ones. They made a palindrome out of, supposedly, when Adam met Ahava. Madam, I'm Adam. That's a palindrome. When they were building the Panama Canal, they made a palindrome. A man, a plan, a canal, Panama. You can read it forward and backwards. So too, Venasnu. You can read it this way, you can read it that way. Why? Because when you give, you get. Whatever you give back. And this is very important. And that's why when we collect the shekel, it's a half shekel. Don't give a whole shekel, give a half. Because your donation has to be joined with somebody else in order for it to be meaningful and build a Mishkan. Because a Mishkan is, as we spoke about back in Parshas Truma Echad, it's one, it brings people together. And that's why our homes, as Bilam pointed out, Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, Mishkan asecha Yisrael. Every home is a Mishkan. We are building a mini Beis Hamikdash when we get married and we have a family. And so when we build this Mishkan, we understand that it's two people working together, each one giving a shekel, and when you give, you get. It's so interesting that Ahava is from the word hav, to give. The more you give, the more love there is. And one last point I'll point out, and that's in the Haftarah of Truma, there's a pasuk. V'yas lebayis chalone shkofim atumim. And the Mefarshim explain, the Chazal explain, what does that mean? It means that when you make a window in rock, it's like a skylight. It's narrow on the outside and gets wider, so the light is diffused. But the windows in the Beis Hamikdash went this way. They were narrow at the end and wide on the outside. Why? Because the Beis Hamikdash didn't need what was outside. The world needed what the Beis Hamikdash had to give. And so we have to understand that the Beis Hamikdash has a power to be able to light up the world. And Mirza Hashem, we should be Zaycha, that we should build the Beis Hamikdash that will light up the world. And in the meantime, we should turn our homes into that Mishkan that can light up the world. Good Shabbos.